So I have a master's degree in psychology, and I used to work in a clinic in San Francisco, and I left the system to be free because working under the licensureship is like working under a mafia that keeps you in the mainstream narrative box. I've always been a free bird. I've always been really wild my whole life. I've been fired from a lot of things, kicked out from a lot of things, and my oldest mentor, he's 78. He has a PhD in psychology, and he told me, don't worry, you're just fine, because within the system you can only rise to mediocrity. So anyways, last year I was really into studying MK Ultra just on my own, outside resources, listening to people's stories, TikTok, reading, researching. So in my bio is a resource that I found for studying MK Ultra, and that is actually the manual of how they do it. If you go to my link tree at the bottom, or I don't know where it is, I think it's at the bottom, you can read the manual of how they actually fracture people's minds. And two things were really notable. So one thing was that so within the MK Ultra program, first of all, the general public, we're all a little MK Ultra. Like, they've been running mind control on all of us through the music, through the media, through like how they influence our beauty standards, all that stuff. They are using psychology against us, and they have studied it, and they know what they're doing. They're using chemical warfare, even with the fluoride in the water. They're, the GATE kids, they were having them take fluoride. So they're using drugs, they're using pharmaceuticals, they're using whatever they can, psychology, they're using everything they can against us to control us and manipulate us. So the general population, we're all a little MK Ultra here in America, but the people who are bloodline people, or the people who go into working in Hollywood and things like that, or being pop stars or even country music stars, they get it really, really, really bad. And they are very meticulously fractured through severe trauma. So the two main things that stood out from reading the manual is one, okay, so of all the people that they MK Ultra, they have all different kinds of roles. So some people, they MK Ultra them to be like a Beyonce or a country star, right? And they MK Ultra them so that they can perform, so that they can be promoting their demonic religion and things like that. Some people, they MK Ultra them so that they're super soldiers. Some people, they MK Ultra them just so they're complacent, or to be evangelical Christians or Mormons. They don't really have like one set way of doing it. There's all these different pieces to the puzzle to keep their system going. But something that they install in every single MK Ultra person that they work on is the apocalypse programming. So Revelations, the book of Revelations, is a psyop. The Bible is not some holy book that's like infallible or has wisdom. The Bible has been manipulated. I mean, it has some wisdom, but you have to sift through. You can't trust the people who actually put it together, because it's the institution of the church, and they put it together in order to control us. Just like psychology, the practice of psychology is by nature, it's neutral, or it's a medicine, but this medicine can be used against us. And if you look at the early roots of psychology in America, it was immediately applied to manipulating the masses into buying crap. Consumerism. That's a story for a different day. Anyways, the first notable thing is that everyone who gets MK Ultra receives like a piece of the puzzle of this apocalypse programming. And people who have been MK Ultra get triggered through triggered words or through specific events. So whatever that thing that happened with the Pope, when the Pope died, that was triggering MK Ultra programming for people. And people were running programs about that. And there was all this hype, right? Now what's happening with Israel, with the trumpets and stuff, this is on purpose meant to trigger people who have received MK Ultra programming to be, now they're supposed to go on to a certain script and start talking about a certain thing that promotes their false agenda of world domination. So the second notable thing from reading all the files on how they actually fracture the mind and control people through MK Ultra is that the way to heal, listen up everybody, and this can go for garden variety neurotics also. The way to heal is through the heart, because your heart is your core, corazón. It's the part of you that is your true essence. And if the heart gets empowered, your heart will begin to bring back all of your fractured pieces and bring them into coherence. So I hope this helps, and let me know if you've noticed people running apocalypse programs, or how you've worked with your heart to heal, or if you need support in healing. I do all of my work by donation. There's a link in my bio, or you can go to my website, lovelikeanocean.com. I operate outside of the system. I am not a mandated reporter. I am not subject to their laws. I start all of my sessions with prayer invocation to the one creator creation God that we're all a part of, and I ask for guidance, and I'm given permission to see psychically through my heart with the intention of serving the whole and the harmony of the whole, and serving the greatest good of all, and anchoring in heaven on earth. So yeah, thanks for sticking around to the end of this video. If you're still here, leave a sparkle. And there's a lot of resources in my bio. There's a couple playlists on my YouTube channel. There's one breathwork playlist for clearing trauma. There's one breathwork playlist for activating your avatar and activating your DNA. Like I said, I do all of my one-on-one sessions by donation. I call myself a human potential coach or interdimensional healer. The reason I call myself an interdimensional healer is because I work with your ancestors too, like you, but it might not just be you. It could be you and your ancestors. It could be you and past life stuff. It could be you and your demons. So I work with all of that, which is not recognized by the regular mainstream psychology. I also have a free shadow work worksheet, so go check out those links and let me know if you stuck around to the end. Thanks for tuning in.